Spiritual Hygiene with Josie Bray. I'm Josie, your host and guide, and today we're working with questions sent to me from my readers, my former clients, my current clients, different people who have questions for me. Today we have a question from Megan in Portland, Maine. She writes, "Dear Josie, I know so many people, myself included, who are dealing with plantar fasciitis after getting COVID. It is so frustrating and painful. Do you have any advice for getting rid of it?" Megan, thank you so much for your question. I know a lot of people have gotten plantar fasciitis since having COVID. There's lots of ways you can get it. You don't have to have had COVID to get plantar fasciitis. Ultimately, what's happening with plantar fasciitis is there's fascia in your feet. It's called the plantar fascia, and it's a pretty dense fascia. If you want to know about fascia, you should check out my previous video about fascia. We'll have a link below about that. The issue with plantar fasciitis is that the fascia in the feet is dense. It's denser than a lot of other fascia in the body, and for good reason, right? You need to be able to walk on it. When the fascia gets sticky or stuck, it can be very painful. And the fascia in the feet connects all the way up into our legs. Some people think that it's only plantar fasciitis if the heel hurts. That's not necessarily true. You can have sticky fascia on your feet at any part of your feet, and those symptoms are going to present differently for different people. So the question comes, I have plantar fasciitis. What should I do about it? Well, a lot of people who get plantar fasciitis decide to stop walking. They stop putting weight on their feet. And that's for good reason, right? Because it can feel like if you walk that the plantar fasciitis is getting worse. The reality is you need to do things that are going to help that fascia learn to slide again. The surfaces of fascia are meant to, I'll put down my notebook. The surfaces of the fascia are meant to slide like this. And just walking is not often enough to do that, especially if you have parts of the fascia that are getting a little sticky. So my advice for someone who's having foot pain, that is not a broken foot, is to get a golf ball or a small dense ball and massage your feet with that ball every day. You want to use the ball on all of the surfaces of your feet. You want to massage out the parts that feel most painful. You want to massage out the other parts. And you want to do the foot at least 5 minutes a day. You're not going to want to do it. It's going to hurt. But getting the ball underneath your foot and getting the fascia on your feet moving is what is going to ultimately take the pain away. If you don't do this, plantar fasciitis tends to get worse. And what happens to people when it gets worse is that then they feel like they can't walk even more, and it can prevent people from walking or running or doing all of the things that they like to do with their bodies. So my advice is to work on your feet every day with a golf-size ball, and eventually that will take the plantar fasciitis away. I've also known people who have worked with massage therapists who are really good at digging really deep, and that has helped find relief as well for the plantar fasciitis. Megan, thank you so much for your question. For any of you who are watching, if you have a question about your spiritual, physical, or emotional health, feel free to email me your question at hello@josiebray.com. You can also get a copy of my free anxiety release bundle by going to my website, www.josiebray.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.